Do you back up when you clap?
Yes. It's instinctual for me to clap.
That's funny because that like defeats the purpose.
Really?
Yeah, the point is you're supposed to spike it. I mean like because like we're not like because it's just like one vocal, it's fine. I can see it and line it up. But the point of the spike is to like see the audio like.
Well,
I noticed that though because like when I get your vocals, I'm like. The clap is so quiet.
Yeah.
Like, do you run out of the room and then clap?
Yeah, I lean back and then I have my hands essentially right in front of the mic. So I shouldn't do that. Okay, I'll know that for next time.
You're trash.
Dude, I know, right? Dude, I am so fed up with the entitlement of people.
Oh, no.
Okay. Dude, I don't understand where this mindset of because I'm paying for something, I deserve the world comes from.
Oh no.
Okay.
Who vexed you?
all the old people are vexing me right now.
Oh gosh.
So
it's the retired people?
Yeah.
All
they
the
got
ones
too
that
much time on their hands.
The ones that have paid into
yeah. Yeah. All of them show up for this stupid Aquafit and they're all pissed off that so the whole point is like the people that are doing the exercises, the actual trainers are meant to like make sure you stay in shape. So there's some people who are super into it, and then there are other people who are like, oh, this is too fast. I can't do it. It's too hard.
Okay.
What are you doing? So I'm like, okay. So she tries to essentially make it for everybody. So slows down a little bit and then whatever. But now it's gotten to the point where their trainers are leaving because they can't take the old people who are consistently like bickering about every last little detail of, oh, I hate this person because she teaches this kind of way or whatever. So today, one of the trainers was fed up and essentially lectured the old people like they were 4-year-olds.
Oh my
gosh. Being like, yo, I'm here. I am a personal trainer. I have done this for my career. You don't like it, you can leave. You don't have to be here. But do not disrespect me and say that I don't know what I'm doing. Like a lady yesterday approached them being like, are you teaching the Monday class? Because Monday is looking for an available trainer. It's like, yeah, I think I am. It's like, okay, well, I know I'm not going to show up on Monday. To her face.
I would have been like, okay.
Okay, cool.
I get
and she's
paid
like,
regardless.
why? It's like, right? It's like, it's too hard. You make it too hard. And I'm like,
get good.
For real. Honestly. And it's just half of them just complaining now. And I'm like, good, tell them off. It's like you think you're paying and you're entitled to some sort of treatment? No, you are coming into a facility where there are rules, where things happen. If anything, you are not entitled to anything. You're just entitled to the facility.
I wouldn't care.
Well, then now
like I would care, but like,
see, the Aquafit, I don't care because I'm not teaching the Aquafit. Like I feel for the instructor.
It would be annoying, but the approach I would take would be like, so.
Okay. I feel for the instructor.
I would piss off the customers or the
right?
the people just by like not caring. I'm not coming on Monday. All right.
Okay. Bye.
Okay. I don't care.
It's another facility you can go to, right?
See you never.
But see, we also have lane swims. And the only way we can fit in more people for lane swims is what they have to do is we put 4 in each lane, but they have to do circle swimming to keep social distancing because they can't go up and down because they'll be right next to each other. So there was this one lady who's like very fed up about it. And I was guarding it. And then one of my other guards was guarding it as well. And she came up and asked her, oh, hey, is there the circle swimming or can I go up and down? If there's 2 people in the lanes, we let them go up and down because there's enough room that they can be socially distanced. Mm-hmm. But because there was 3 people in it, it's like, no, you have to circle swim. And she decided to start like cursing and just being sarcastic and rolled her eyes and just was pissed off and started going and about her way in swimming. And then halfway through, she calls one of the lifeguards over. So she goes over and is explaining, why is this the rule of thing? Like, it's dumb. She's explaining, like, one of the lifeguards is explaining it to her, just trying to be as nice as possible. She's rolling her eyes. And then halfway through the conversation, she's like, pardon my language, I'm sorry, but she was bitching at her. And then decides to just, like, halfway through the conversation, just is like, okay, I don't have time for this. And then goes off to her swim. And then the lifeguard comes in and she starts crying. And I'm like, what happened? Because I'm not aware of what happened. Mm-hmm. She tells me, oh, this person is like, why are people so rude? Like, I didn't, it's not my fault. I didn't make the rules up. So I'm like, okay. So I go outside and I go over to this lady and I'm like, listen, like, I get it. The rule is not, it's not a fun rule. I'm not a fan of the rule either. But do not disrespect my lifeguards. Do not disrespect them. Don't be that person. Dang. I can see her like cursing under
Eliott
her
put
breath.
On his big boy pants.
I'm like, don't like. There were so many other words I wanted to use, but I'm like, I like my job, and
I would have wrote. It was an old lady.
No, that's the thing. She looked like she was like in her late 40s.
I still would have been rude. I would have pulled a jar of prunes and been like, I found your home, fam.
Dude, like the nerve people have. Like, you think we are the end all be all of choosing how this functions. We are the messengers. We just enforce the rules. We don't make the rules.
But the thing is, like, that goes for every service job.
Yeah.
Everyone.
Ridiculous. There's so many times, absolutely ridiculous.
There's so many times that servers would come back crying because the guest is upset about something that the server has no control over.
Right?
And I'm just like, all right, I'm going to give you one less noodle in your spaghetti. See how you like it.
It's real. So I'm like, especially with like the older people, I'm like, you just don't have anything going on in your life right now. And you just choose to be this salty. That's whatever.
All these flavors, like, and you chose salt?
You chose salt. But this lady's like, you look like a mom.
To you?
Like, no. She's the age of like a regular, like, she looks like she has kids.
Oh,
like she's raising kids.
I thought she said you look like a mom.
Oh.
I was gonna be like, dang, she oh, bro.
She roasted me that bad.
Dang.
No. Do you know what was the most the most ironic thing I saw? Her swim cap said, don't be salty. Oh. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. Like, do you not see the irony here?
The pot calling the kettle black.
Like, absolutely ridiculous.
The pillar calling the salt white.
I don't know. Yeah. I don't know what it is with people coming back now to the regular things, but everybody thinks they're entitled. And I'm like, you're not. You are far from it.
I know. Like, don't get coughed on, fam.
Right.
It's still a pandemic. I will sneeze on you if you don't back up.
Absolutely insane. But anyways, welcome back to Conflict and Interest.
Welcome back.
It's good to be back.
I missed the intro, bro. We had to bring back the intro.
I know, we had to.
I told him before we started, I was like, yo, we need to bring back the intro.
We're gonna figure out something that sticks.
Even if it's not like, alrighty, guys, welcome back. You know? we need something, you know?
You exaggerate that so much.
That's how I hear it in my head.
Well, it's not how it is in real life.
Alrighty, everybody, welcome back to the Open Concepts.
Anyways. So dumb. Anyways, this is Halloween week, and we thought we'd talk about some Halloween stuff, but then we're going to get into some conspiracy theories a little later. Oh. Which I know this is EJ's bread and butter. This is his thing.
No, it's not. Halloween? Halloween?
No, not Halloween. Not the Duppy. Not Duppy season. No, conspiracy theories.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. No. We're going to talk about Halloween.
Some of them.
So you mentioned...
some of them make sense to me. Some of them don't. Some of them make sense.
I hate that's... Not hate. I'm just... Like... I'm confused on how some of them do work. When you explain them, I'm like, wow, this actually could be a thing.
Bro,
I don't know.
Bro, some of them make sense.
But no, I wanted to, because you mentioned this last week because we were talking about like dressing up and Halloween stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't give me an answer, and we're going to talk about this. So when you become a dad, are you going to take your kids out trick or treating?
Oh, we didn't end up talking about it though. I forgot to.
Yeah, like we mentioned it, but you didn't remember the answer.
No, I said me and Pri were going to discuss it.
Oh, and you didn't.
No, I forgot.
Oh man. Okay, well, anyways, so where do you stand on it?
I don't know.
Because you said Priya went out for trick or treating as a kid. Mm-hmm. You never did, or you went once.
Okay, you know what? Here's my brain in Halloween. Okay.
Okay.
Oh, and before I start this story, disclaimer. Last week when our episode came out, I got a call from my mom, and she roasted us.
What?
She said we say like too much.
Oh.
So I'm gonna say this. Yeah. I'm gonna do this episode with the least amount of likes possible.
I have notes on my iPad that say, "Do not say like. Stop saying essentially. Stop saying and." Stop.
I didn't even think I said it. Then she's like, "You know how many times you said that?" I was like,
"Oh my gosh!"
Dang,
like
I just did it again.
Right? Man. Like the word, like in the same sentence.
I gotta update my vocabulary.
Yeah,
and I'm a writer. Yeah. What the?
Also, we'll try it. That's our goal.
Editing this episode or last week's episode, I don't know why my voice sounds pubescent.
You thought it sounded pubescent.
You know how many times my voice cracks when I'm recording? Why? I don't know why.
Because you got high pitched voice. You sing high. That's probably it.
But biologically, that doesn't make sense.
I know it doesn't. I'm just trying to justify it right here for
you. Somebody help me. Anyways,
what if you take testosterone or whatever just to bring your voice deeper?
All right. First of all, you're rude. Secondly, your stash on last week's episode.
Oh yeah, it was terrible, right?
Flood the comments and talk about his name is now Pedro. Like, don't get at me, bro.
It's true. It was terrible. I mean, grow one and then you can talk about it, but it's okay.
No, so I can look like you, bro. What do you got? A white van? You at the park calling kids over? What the heck is wrong with you, doc?
This became the Halloween episode to the roast each other.
Oh, I get it. You were dressing up as a. I see. Okay.
Yeah.
I see. Don't get at me, bro.
All right. Anyways, continue with your story.
What was my story again?
Your Halloween. Something about Halloween.
Yo.
Trick or treating. I'm dead.
Oh, here's my perspective on Halloween. Okay. A lot of people say, well, they're just kids. Like, there's not. I said, like, dang. They're just kids. There's nothing wrong with, like, oh my gosh.
You did it again.
I'm gonna think about it every time I do it too.
You can't.
I'm gonna like stop. I'm gonna stop mid sentence and be like, dang, I did it again.
Dude, we're 13 minutes in. You're gonna add an extra 20 minutes just catching yourself saying, "Oh, I said like again." I'm dead.
A lot of people say, there's nothing wrong with like little kids wearing superhero costumes or princess outfits, whatever.
Yeah.
True. I don't disagree with that. For me, though, the theme of Halloween is a little bit darker than just superhero costumes and princess outfits.
Well, yeah.
So, in my head, I see it as little kids doing something cool or fine in a bad environment. That makes sense?
Yeah, that's the way my parents explained it to me growing up, was that they asked me, it's like, why do you want to do it on this day in particular? It's like, why, like, if you want to dress up, why can't you dress up the other 364 days of the week? Why is it this day that you want to do it?
Exactly.
And like, right, and justifying it. And so I get that. There is a lot of...
And I'm pretty sure there was, oh man, it might be a conspiracy. Like, Halloween comes from, like, what's it called? Hallows Day? Something like that?
I think so. Let's see the origin of Halloween.
I'm pretty sure it was a Day of the Dead, fam. I'm pretty sure it was the Day of the Dead. Fact check me, people. I don't know. But I'm pretty sure it was. I can't reach my equipment right now, so you got to look it up. I'm pretty sure it was a Day of the Dead. So, with that in mind, if that's the case, and Halloween is based off of Days of the Duppies, no, like I don't care.
The Halloween origin, the history of Halloween goes all the way back to a pagan festival called Samhain. I could be mispronouncing that. Samhain. The word Halloween comes from All Hallows Eve and means hallowed evening. Hundreds of years ago, people dressed up as saints and went door to door, which is the origin of Halloween costumes and trick-or-treating. So I don't know about like...
I don't know. I guess we got to go to the dark web to find out, Eliott.
Yeah. I don't want that on my history.
I don't know, guys. Like, it could very well be I just grew up in a Caribbean home, and they were like, don't play with duppies.
That's true. I was the same thing too. Growing up in a Latino household, it was just very not a part of it. Like,
I don't know, but my spirit doesn't sit well.
Did you ever like? This is how much my parents were like, I don't want people at my door. Like, we shut all the lights off and we sat. Like,
yeah, we
but like
too.
we're not home. We're turning on a TV, but like low key. And if we hear that knock, we're like, stay quiet.
Yo, you want to hear a funny story?
All right, let's hear it.
Okay, when my sister was younger, I don't even know if she would remember this. She was probably like 4, like really, really young.
Which one? Which sister?
Janiyah, my oldest little sister.
Your oldest. Got it.
She's 13 now, so she was probably like 4 at the time.
Okay.
And it's Halloween. And usually we do the same thing. Lights off, we go chill in the basement. You just don't come to our house, right?
Yeah.
So I guess she was upstairs playing in her room, whatever. And I guess somebody knocked at the door. Because there's always like those few people who, like, doesn't matter if your lights are off, they're still going to knock.
Exactly. Yeah. They think it's spooky or something.
Right? So I guess she heard a knock. And her 4-year-old mind's like, I'm going to go open the door. So she opened the door. And I guess the kids were wearing like monster costumes.
Oh, no.
Yo, so I'm down, I'm chilling. And I just hear the little kid scream, like, take off. So we're like, yo, what's going on? Go back upstairs. The door's wide open. And the kids are standing there with their bags, just staring.
Oh,
like,
my goodness. Like, what's going on?
Like, what just happened? Yeah.
That's bad.
She saw a Nuppy, left the door open, and took off. That's my family.
That's the right move.
That's my sister.
That's the right move. Have you ever done a haunted house?
No.
I did once. I will never do another one again.
See, a little part of me for fun would want to, but then the part of me is like, I don't play with duppies. Is like,
right? Do you know what we should do if we get like enough of a following? We should go to Halloween Haunt one year and just vlog it.
We should just take Joel.
Dude.
Joel,
he wouldn't come.
Joel,
we'd have to pay him to come.
Joel, I know you're listening. Are you down?
He's not. I can tell you that.
I guess we gonna find out.
I mean, how much? How much do you think?
And I'm just saying, would you feel safer with or without Joel?
Oh, with. There's safety in numbers.
Exactly. But Joel in particular.
Yeah,
because I know. I know that if anything happens that's out of the ordinary, we go pray.
It's just Joel in the middle of the Canada's Wonderland, just down on his knees praying to be like,
Joel is my gauge for like if something is off. Every time.
That's fair.
Like,
that is fair.
Like I can feel something off within myself, but if I'm with Joel and I look at him when I'm feeling off and I see that he feels off too, I know that I'm not far off. You know what I mean?
Yes, 100%.
So when Joel's around, it's like, okay, we're either going well or not. And if it doesn't go well, we got Joel with us. So
yeah,
shout out to Joel.
Yeah. Well, the funny thing is my knee-jerk reaction is if somebody touches me, which would probably happen in a haunted house.
But they can't though.
No, they can.
I don't think so.
They have. I did in a haunted house.
Well, then they're liable to get snuffed.
That's what I mean. That's what I mean, dude. Literally, like one of my friends pointed out, and I didn't even realize it because it's just a reaction. Somebody tried to grab me, and they saw my reaction. It's like, bro, your fist came up, like you looked like you were about to swing. I'm like, yes, do not touch me.
I feel like that's wrong. I feel like they're not supposed to.
I've seen it in like when I went to the haunted house. It was like a barn, so it was like a slaughterhouse kind of thing. There's a guy like who was sitting on the side of the wall, came up and stretched his hand out. I freaked out, but my arm came right up, and I'm like, I'm gonna swing on this guy. Do not touch me.
Either they're not supposed to, or they sign their own waivers where if they get snuffed, Canada's Wonderland is not liable.
I'm just saying. You're telling me if someone touched you, you wouldn't snuff them?
Yeah, but I didn't think they were allowed to touch me.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they are.
Well, then it's a fight. Don't do that.
For real.
Don't touch me. It's not your body. Don't touch it. It doesn't belong to you.
It doesn't belong to you. I do not consent.
No, I don't.
Oh my, that's funny. I'm torn. I don't think trick-or-treating per se is bad.
I mean, that's sketch too to me.
Do you think so?
Yeah.
Like going door to door and
growing up our whole lives, don't talk to strangers. Don't take things from strangers. Except for this one day when there's actually duppies outside, you can go to a stranger's house and get candy.
Yeah. Well, I've never been trick-or-treating, so I don't know.
I have once. And actually, it was when I was really, really young. And it was like a part of like the school I was at, which is funny because it was a Christian school. Mississauga Christian Academy. Trick-or-treating. That's wild.
Shout out.
But yeah, that was it. I think I dressed up as... I don't know what I dressed up as.
Was that the only time you've ever dressed up for Halloween?
Yes, but not the only time I dressed up, though.
That's different, right?
See, me, I was dressing up all year long. I was Spider-Man. I was a wrestler. I was Star Wars characters. But on Halloween, I was myself.
I was myself. I was Elijah.
I can't confuse him out here, you know?
That's fair. I've dressed up on Halloween. I've dressed up as Batman. And I've dressed up as like an 80s like basketball player or something, like with the fluffy hair and the gross like stash.
Here's another reason why I never subscribed to Halloween. Even if like it didn't have the stigma it did in my house. All the people I want to dress up as are white. You can't dress up as Batman, Eliott.
No,
You're not white.
Yeah.
You're gonna look like Travis Scott. A little bit of a lighter version. You all saw the meme.
Oh my god.
He looked like a roach.
Man, it deleted Instagram because he hated the hate.
I'm just saying. So like dressing up as my favorite characters, I can't because there's gonna be some little white boy Timmy over there dressed up as the same character, but he looks more accurate, and I'm just a generic B version.
That's fair.
Right? So I picked like Spider-Man if I was going to, because he has a full mask.
Yeah. Yeah, see, for me, trick-or-treating was never a thing, but there was one year where my friends knew that I didn't trick-or-treat or my parents wouldn't let me or whatever. They came, this was super nice. They came the next day with everybody, like, you know, like the following day, everybody for lunch brings their like giant bags of candy and they just like eat them or whatever.
Yeah.
They saw I didn't have it, so they all like split their candy to give me candy because I don't, parents don't, listen,
dang.
Latino parents aren't giving candy out like that.
You got sympathy drops.
I got sympathy drops. Dang. I was like, wow, that was cool.
My mom, though, my mom used to just like buy all the candy that would have been given out and just let me have it.
Oh, that's lit.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So.
Yeah. I was looking through as well. I was trying to figure out what like some of the most like popular costumes are going to be for this year. What are your guesses on what you think would be?
Squid Game.
Yep. 110% Squid Game.
Kim Kardashian at the Met Gala.
Yep. That's number one. It's just a morph suit.
What else? I mean, there's probably going to be schoolgirls like every year.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, there's a bunch. There's like the WandaVision from like Marvel.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, some other stuff like that. But the majority of them is a lot of Squid Game. Like everything is Squid Game.
You want to hear
So I was like,
a fun thing we did one year? When I lived in Ottawa, the youth group, my mom was in charge of it. It was like a really, really small church. And she's like, let's see if we can create something fun for the youth to do here at the church as opposed to just like being out and about in the streets, you know?
Yeah.
So we came up with this idea, right? And like you know, like the typical, instead of Halloween, it's like the Hallelujah night at church kind of thing. Yeah. So what we did, we created this game, right? And it was called it was a corny game in theory, but it was actually fun.
Okay.
It was called I forget what it was called. But basically it was like Enemies Campground.
Okay.
Right? So the youth group is gonna have, it's basically like a treasure hunt inside the church. The theme though is like you gotta you guys are angel soldiers, whatever. You're going to war with the demons. Right? So you would have like, my stepdad was one of the quote unquote demons, and they all had their posts. Right?
Okay.
So you would either have to like go downstairs, and like when you're downstairs, there's a certain task you have to achieve. Right?
Okay.
But there's gonna be like certain demons at there. Right? And they're trying to stop you. And like if you get caught, you gotta go back to the beginning and start kind of thing.
Okay.
And it was like this whole maze puzzle thing. Turn the lights off. Like it was fun. And thinking about it now, it's like, dang, like it's corny, but at the same time, it was fun. It was fun, you know?
Yeah.
Gotta find something for the Christian kids.
I mean, for real. So yeah, because it's like either, well, it's the two polar opposites. You're either going out trick or treating, or you're out partying dressed very provocatively. One of the two.
I mean, I'm sure there's people dressed very nerdy too.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've never been to a Halloween party.
I've been to one. Not fun. It's very loud. Not fun.
What'd you do at this party, Eliott?
Nothing. It's the awkward silence right now.
I
live in it. Live in it.
He was one of them people dressed provocatively.
Just a sexy nurse walking around.
You see this brown guy with a Pedro mustache.
With a Pedro mustache.
Dressed like Harley Quinn.
Oh my gosh. Oh, ew. Nobody wants to see that.
Yep.
Do you know what weird? Also, you're a fan of horror movies.
Let me hold on.
Okay, you are, which I don't get. Explain this.
Not every horror movie.
Okay, so like the Duppy movies, like The Conjuring.
No.
Okay.
No. So like Paranormal Activity. No.
No.
What else is there? The Nun. No.
No.
What else is there?
The Shining.
The Shining? No.
Okay, The Exorcist.
No, I've seen that though, but no. I seen
so
that.
you're more into horror like slasher films, like Halloween.
Yeah, I like thriller horror.
Yeah, okay.
So
I'm with you there too.
Like I love zombie movies. I like things with like a killer in it, but the killer is like human, and the most he can do to you is what humans can do to you, which is a lot. Yeah. But like, you know, but when I just see like the little baby in the crib on the commercial, and they just get picked up by nothing and then flung across the room.
Nope. I'm out.
Nah, fam, that ain't for me.
Nope. Absolutely not. Yeah. No, I agree. 100%. I'm more of the thriller like horror films. Like we watched the new remakes for Halloween. Scary, very scary. At least the first one was, but I like them. They're fun. It caps
though, right? Like it caps at like, oh man, this is like it's almost like the Jaws soundtrack.
Yeah.
If that's in it, I'm cool. If there's no soundtrack at all,
oh yeah, the silence is way more
just
scary.
Silence.
Just white noise?
My mom used to love scary movies.
Like the Duppies or like the...
Yeah.
What?
I hated it.
Oh my God,
the first scary movie I ever saw was, it was called Darkness Falls.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like the Tooth Fairy. And she was evil. And the reason she was evil is because she was like this teacher and her students back in the day were evil. And they ended up like stoning her. Like they were throwing rocks at her and she ended up dying.
Gosh.
Right? So she came back as the Tooth Fairy to kill kids. Right? But she only comes for you when you lose your teeth.
Oh my gosh.
That's scary, bro.
That's scary.
That's scary. You know how many teeth you have?
Yeah.
That is a long couple years.
Yep.
Yeah, so that was my first scary movie.
I think
I wasn't a fan of it.
Yeah, that doesn't sound overly fun. I think mine was Chucky, I think was the first one I saw. That freaked me out.
Never seen it.
Because I'm like, it's a doll. It's
I know
a doll.
about it. I just never seen it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I saw it, and as it like I don't remember how old I was, but I know I was young. And watching that, like, it freaked me out because I'm like, well, now I think all my toys are gonna come alive.
I mean,
they're trying to kill me.
Did you get scared when you watched Toy Story?
No, because they didn't have knives killing people.
Yeah, but Mr. Potato Head could take his ears out.
Yeah,
he could replace. He could put his nose on his mouth. That's scary in itself, bro. Your French fry has eyes.
Yeah, baked potato got eyes.
Right?
Oh man. Yeah. I'm okay with that kind of genre of film, like the horror slasher films.
Yeah.
Not the duppy ones.
Nah. I watched It.
I liked It. The first one was good. The second one was meh.
That one, like, if you've seen It, okay. You know how, like, some movies, there's something that's supposed to be scary, and then it just ends up being funny?
You thought It was that?
A little bit.
Really?
A little bit. Pennywise, I just find him funny. Because it's so stupid.
Bro, he was kind of scary.
Like, yeah, if you were in the world where he exists, but watching it, it's kind of funny the way he like contorts and like, but he's not really going anywhere. So he just like he's having like a seizure or something.
Yeah,
I don't know. I thought it was kind of funny.
Pennywise, funny. That's a first.
Yeah, no, it wasn't really scary to me.
To be fair, I didn't see it in theaters. I saw it when it came out.
Oh, I would never pay to go see a scary movie.
We kind of did. We watched Don't Breathe.
That's not a scary movie though.
That's a horror movie.
No, is it considered horror or thriller?
Technically, horror thriller is kind of what it's considered. You know, the funny thing about that movie is that one of the trailers, which was a Duppy trailer, was more scary than the actual film.
That movie was gross, bro. That turkey baster.
No.
If you see that movie,
no.
That's gross.
The scariest part was when the dog showed up at the window of the car.
Yeah.
That was the scariest.
We were in the theater. This is the first movie that me and Eliott have ever seen together that's like a thriller. Like it's meant to scare you, right? So I think subconsciously, subliminally, whatever the word is, you want to like act like you're not scared.
I'm just told.
Right? So you're trying to like play it off like, yo, like
I'm not cracking first.
It is what it is, fam. Like I'm not worried about no, right? And then the dog jumped up. And like, you know how they edit the scary, like those jump scares?
Yeah.
Where the dog jumps up, but then there's like a ding, like, right?
Yeah.
So we're sitting there and it happens and I'm cool. And I just feel Eliott beside me. But doesn't like look at me.
I'm like, oh. So yo, that hit hard.
I was like, are you okay? He's like, yo, I can't lie. That was kind of scary. Oh, man.
Bro, the worst part too was the scene was in the middle of the day.
Yeah.
It was like sunlight.
It was like the first 20 minutes of the movie. Bright daylight.
Like, whoa.
The dog just jumped up and he wasn't prepared.
No. The rest of the movie was cakewalk compared to that.
Yo, the second one's out.
I know. I haven't seen it.
Okay, come over. We're gonna watch it.
All right. Bet. We'll do that. All right. So now we're done with Halloween. Let's talk about some conspiracy theories.
Ooh,
this is the moment.
Conspiracy theories.
This is the moment,
Okay,
DJ.
so I have some in my head that I believe. I don't believe a lot of them or most of them, right?
Okay.
The ones I do believe, I like, or at least like,
it's very difficult not to.
I don't not believe them 100%,
Got it.
but I also don't believe them 100%. Right?
Yeah.
But then there's some that like I don't know about. So I was actually Googling some this week.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them I was like, dang, like I don't believe this at all.
Okay.
I read one. Have you ever heard about the royal family
Yeah.
and how they're vampires?
No. No.
Okay. So apparently, and this is one of the ones that I don't necessarily fully believe. Apparently though, I don't know what his name is. King William, is a descendant of Vladimir the Slayer. What's his name?
Like Dracula?
I don't know what I don't know what the name is. I just looked this up this week, and I don't have my phone on me because I'm recording with it. Apparently, he's like a descendant of the person. Apparently, it's a real person. It was a real person, right? So the claims are that like the royal family bloodline. Why you think the queen's still alive, fam? Why you think like
Vlad the Impaler?
The Impaler. That's what it was. I don't know who that is.
Jeez.
Apparently, it has something to do with vampirism.
Yeah, he was Vlad the Third, commonly known as Vlad the Impaler or Vlad Dracula, was voivode of Wallachia 3 times between 1448 and his death in 1476. He is often considered one of the most important rulers in Wallachian history as a national hero of Romania. Oh, wow.
Yeah. Apparently, it's like proven that the royal family are descendants of that bloodline.
Mm-hmm.
So apparently, they
think he's a vampire?
They're vampires. But like... But what would that look like in like real life?
Well,
because apparently, like you know, vampires in like mythology, they're like high intelligence.
Well, yeah, they can only move in the night. The sun burns them and turns them into dust.
I'm just saying. You ever seen the queen without a hat on?
But she can't be outside
in the sun.
The sun's hitting her. Yeah, but the sun's hitting her.
But them hats are the brim of them hats. The brims are big, bro. They're like sombrero almost big.
Like an umbrella.
I don't know. That was one of the ones I didn't fully believe, but I was like, it was kind of interesting. The rest were like wild, like Barack Obama is the descendant of Malcolm X.
Jeez.
And like, I don't know. But okay, I got some that I question.
Okay.
I'll start off easy. Do you believe in the Loch Ness Monster?
So Loch Ness Monster, if I am not mistaken, it's based out of Ireland, correct? If I'm not mistaken.
I don't know where it's from. I just know it's a sea creature.
Yes. Yeah, it's based on a mythology. The Loch Ness Monster or Nessie is a creature of Scottish. Okay, so it's Scottish folklore that is says to inhabit the Loch Ness in the Scottish Highlands. It is often described as a large, long-necked with one or more humps protruding from the water. So, do I believe this animal exists?
Creature. We're not going to say
creature. Okay, yeah.
This thing.
I don't know. I don't have an opinion on this one.
Well, figure one out.
I'm going to try. Okay, well, in the meantime, why don't you explain? Do you think it's real?
I don't know. Because it leads me to my next point.
Okay, so...
If you don't believe I feel like if you can't believe the Loch Ness Monster exists, you can't believe dinosaurs existed.
Interesting. So you think that there is... That's good. I was thinking the equivalent to like people thinking like megalodons are still like.
I mean, the megalodon did exist.
Existing. It did exist, but like people are still thinking
I don't think
like
it was as
exists.
big as like how the Jason Statham movie was. That was like
Yeah,
abnormally like that was like a helicarrier.
So do you so you think the Loch Ness Monster is some sort of like dinosaur descendant that has just survived this entire time?
I don't know if I fully believe dinosaurs existed.
Really?
Yeah.
So okay, so what do you think? So you okay? Here we go.
I wish I could see
you. Here we go. So you're telling me that you think, because this can only go one of two ways. You have to explain to me where you think all these bones that have created actual like the fossils that have created dinosaurs come from.
I don't know.
Or you think that's the thing. Or you think this was like a man-made setup for the world to believe that these were like creatures beyond like our wildest imaginations, that they existed and we just have to accept it.
I don't know.
I 100% think they existed.
I don't know if they existed, how they're depicted.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Because obviously there's been bones found from creatures, right? But like, how come you never hear about them in the Bible?
Okay.
I think a lot of my conspiracy theories come from like
based off of what you know is the truth of what the Bible says.
Yeah, right?
I get that.
So that's where a lot of like my discrepancies come from.
That's fine.
It's almost like science versus faith.
Faith, yeah.
You know?
Well, it is. Yeah, it's the equivalent to like, do you believe in the Big Bang? Do you believe in evolution in that sense? Right?
So with the dinosaurs, yeah. I like, obviously there are bones. Like you can't deny the bones are there. Right?
You just need to question where the bones you think came from.
Like
that's what you're questioning.
Like I'm not an archaeologist. Is that what they are? The people that dig up bones?
Yeah, archaeologists.
I'm not an archaeologist. But like, how can you pick up a bone and be like, oh, this one connects to the left bone? Like, I don't.
That's what they're.
And then on top of that,
that's their job.
But on top of that, how do you look at the bone and then be like, ooh, this is what the skin looked like on the bone?
That's possible. Like people do that with like, they essentially, when you have the structure of what it is, you can add certain things and you can estimate to what it looked like as a creature.
Okay, but they also say that we came from monkeys, fam. Do you believe that?
I've really had no opinion on the evolution talk.
Why
like,
not?
I heard it. I don't know. I've heard it for years and years, and honestly,
I feel like
it's
I feel like no matter what side you stand on it, you still should think about it, no?
Not really. Like that's out of all those theories of creation, that is one that I've just had no care in the world for, because I've just heard it so often. To being like, oh, we descended from monkeys. Oh,
so you don't believe it?
Like, I don't know. Okay, do you know what I'm gonna say? I'm gonna go based off my faith for that one.
Okay, what allows you to pick and choose?
That's fair.
That's why I believe in some of these conspiracies. Because in my brain, I'm like, science is not always right. Sometimes they lie to us. They said milk was good for us for a long time. You know? But
true.
So
well,
I personally don't believe we came from monkeys. And also based on like how they say evolution should work, why are there still monkeys here if we're evolved from monkeys?
Oh, you think they just haven't, like, if that were true, why haven't the monkeys fully evolved into humans?
Yeah, like why are there still monkeys at the base form? Wouldn't they look weird? Like shouldn't they look like
us?
Or in between if they're on their way? Like, you know what I mean? So if that is like if you don't believe that, but you believe the dinosaurs, where's that?
Yeah, where's the line?
Where's the line where you decide what you believe and what you don't?
That's very interesting. Yeah, that's a tough one. Well, this is the thing. When you mentioned a lot of the belief of conspiracy theories and stuff is based on your faith. We talked about it 2 weeks ago. Was the idea, do you think aliens exist? And I'm like, I don't know.
That's another one, bro.
I don't know, dude. I don't know.
Question of the... I'm going to say the question of the week already. Do you believe aliens exist? Wait, did I ask that question already before?
No, you haven't.
I was waiting for it, wasn't I?
Yeah, I think so.
Do you believe aliens exist?
I don't know, dude.
I have so many questions. When we finally get in the face of God, and I could ask him all the questions, I'm gonna be like, fam, were there aliens? Are we aliens to another race?
Well, my question, I already said, my question is going to be, what is the point of space? What is the point of stuff we can't explore as humans? I want to know what the point of it.
Yo, I heard, okay, here's another conspiracy, okay?
Okay.
And I heard them talking about it on another podcast, and it was a really interesting take. And granted, I talk about all these things with like a grain of salt. Like I'm not fully, I enjoy entertaining it though.
You're not a tinfoil hat kind of guy.
No, but I enjoy entertaining the tinfoil a little bit.
Yeah.
They were saying like Area 51.
Yes.
Okay.
One of the biggest conspiracy theories of probably all time.
Actually, I'm going to send you the link later. But they were saying aliens, they believe aliens exist because the way technology just blew up in such a short amount of time didn't seem human. Example. If the world has been around for X amount of years, and only up to this certain point, we started discovering like technology, right?
Yeah.
And now, from when we discovered it to like now, it wasn't that long. Like, I don't even think it's been 100 years.
No.
There's been a lot of development within a short amount of time. So what they were saying was it has to be like they just like they found something in wherever they found it and reverse engineered something that wasn't from here.
Interesting.
Right? And they were saying the conspiracy why they don't tell people is because there would be chaos.
Yeah, well, yeah, because I don't think the average human would be able to actually comprehend.
But also chaos to say, because the Bible doesn't speak about things like aliens. If you were to show people an alien,
their faith would just be destroyed.
Right?
Like they wouldn't think.
You would start questioning everything.
Yes, that's true.
Right? So they're saying for the good of the people, we're not going to tell them about aliens, but they're here. And I was like, do I fully believe it? I don't know. I'm going to lean towards like maybe not, but it makes sense.
It does. I heard a theory about aliens where I forget who mentioned it, but essentially what they were saying is aliens are, and this is again prefacing this right now, this is based on like the idea of our faith and belief. So they're saying that aliens are essentially an iteration of what a demon is. But
I've heard that too.
They take the form of an alien for essentially our kind, like the human kind, to accept it for what it is. Like just to accept aliens as that. See, this is the only way we're able to comprehend that.
See, I look at Hollywood, okay? And I think it's safe to say Hollywood is probably one of the most ungodly places in America.
Oh, absolutely.
It's built on just craziness.
Just carnal desires of which
I learned this week actually the word Hollywood comes from I forget what it's called. Google it, guys, but it comes from like this Greek word of like the hollow something plant. And it was like that plant was used for spells back in the day. Right? Bro, I had to research this stuff because we're talking about conspiracies this week. Right?
That's hilarious.
Right? So apparently Hollywood. Anyway, back to my point. These directors or these movie creators that create these creatures, right? You think they come up with these ideas in their head?
I mean, a depiction of it.
You think so?
I think to a certain extent. But
okay. That goes back to the question now.
Well,
do you think art can just be something without inspiration?
Well, that's where I was going to say. It had to have been inspired from something they've seen or experienced.
That's what I mean. So do you think the way that these creatures look, because there is a similar look to all these creatures. There are different ones, but they all have a creepy, the level of creep.
There are similar characteristics to them. Yes, I agree.
Like it's almost like monsters are rooted in the laws of monsterism. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the way the teeth look, the way a lot of eyes sometimes. Like there's just a lot of things that are typical in monsters.
Yeah.
Do you think that the people who originally came up with these depictions just randomly one day dreamt up the way these things look? Or do you think they're inspired by something they've seen?
I'm sure it must have been inspiration. It has to be inspiration they've seen.
What did they see?
The question is, what did they see?
I say, fam. You brought it out of me tonight, fam.
I got it. Oh, I'm just saying. Gosh. It's true.
I don't know if there's art that comes without inspiration besides God. You can't what can you make that's not inspired by what he's already created?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
If you're going off of the idea of based on our faith, that makes perfect sense. But if we had to take that equation out of it.
Well, I don't know how to look at these without that.
Well, exactly.
Because that's where all my stuff is rooted in, right?
I agree. That's where I am too. So it's difficult to gauge that comment. Okay, what was I want to get to the theory of your planet theory. Remember this?
All right.
I want to talk about this one.
All right.
This one I really liked. You blew my mind with this one.
All right. This is my theory of heaven. Okay. And I want to say this to say I am not saying this on the internet as factoid, okay? Don't come for me. This is just me having fun with my thoughts. Leave me alone, okay?
I'm just going to Photoshop a tinfoil hat on
all right,
this, man.
Okay? So here's my theory about heaven, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Because I was chilling one day. Actually, no, me and Priya, we were at her aunt's cottage, right? And she has a cottage on the lake. So we were chilling, and I don't get out to those kind of environments often. I'm very much a city boy. So being out in that environment, it's different. You get to experience nature, right? I'm not the biggest fan of nature because of the bugs.
Yep.
But honestly, if bugs didn't exist, I would enjoy nature. It's the bugs for me.
Yeah.
Right? So, but anyways, we're chilling on the dock, watching the water, right? The water is calm. And we were looking up at the stars. It was like a little date night, you know? Like so romantic, looking at the stars together, right? So I'm looking at the constellations and I see like the Big Dipper. I see the Little Dipper. Actually, those are the only two I saw. But we saw some shooting stars.
Nice.
And you sit there and you're like, dang, it makes you really think about how small you are in the grand scheme of everything.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right? When you're looking up there and you're listening to the water and you're just thinking like, this was created for us to enjoy. Right?
Yep.
So I'm sitting there and I'm thinking about space, right? Because there's always been the argument of space and the moon landing. That's another conspiracy I have, right? And all that stuff. And part of me is like, I don't know if we were supposed to know. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree.
Like I don't think we were created to know about what's up there. Right?
Yeah.
So I've always had this idea of like, I'm not going to think too heavily on it because it doesn't make sense too. You will never know. So even all these astronomers, that's the star people, right?
Yeah.
All these astronomers studying space, they can only study it so far. You can study it from Earth.
Yeah.
Right? They say they go up to space. I don't even know if that's fully true. Because I don't know, bro.
We might have to do. Listen, we're almost at an hour. We might have to do a part 2 on this.
Nah, this is good convo. You guys like this. Don't trip. So, anyways, I'm just saying, like, there's like a cap to how much you can really, really know about what's outside of our atmosphere. Right?
Yeah.
But at the same time, there is science. Science does exist.
Correct.
Right? So there are laws of science. So I think about gravity. I think about the fact that we breathe air. Like all those things, like the laws of how Earth works.
Yeah.
I have to acknowledge that. So I start combining the two. Right? I'm thinking about what's heaven going to be like? But then what do I know about reality? Okay? Because I've always had this idea that when God comes back, it's going to be like this mystical thing. I've never, like, I don't know if anyone else has ever thought about what the travel is like to heaven. Has anyone ever thought of that?
I mean, it's been depicted.
The travel
times. Yeah.
But like logistically though, like, is it gonna be like a flash? Is it gonna be are you gonna float? Is it gonna be a?
Yeah, it's true. Well, that's what I mean. They've been depicted many ways.
That's
like
what I mean.
Floating up.
That's what I mean though. The legit logistics of what it's gonna feel like, right? So I'm like, okay, let me root my mystical thoughts into reality. Okay. Reality says that scientists have discovered that there are millions of galaxies, and ours is so small, right? So it makes me think, why do all these galaxies exist? Right? That which comes back to the alien thing. Did God create all these galaxies for us to be the only one within millions?
Correct.
Right? But then here came my theory though. So I was like, okay, so if space really is this thing of millions and just stuff we don't understand, right? If that part is true, and I know that, and what I know to be true is that God created all of it. So when he says, I'm going to create a new earth, new heaven, new earth, like, right? What if that new heaven legit was a new planet? Right? So, and then I start thinking in my head. I'm like, okay, what would that look like? Let's say, or let's look at the world right now. Okay. We've messed it up.
Yeah.
Like, it's not doing well. It's dying. Right? So let's say, and not even just like physically, like,
like
just as
socially
people,
wise,
we're just gross. We're disgusting, right? Let's say, my theory is correct, and that moment comes, all the people, all the Christians end up going to this new planet, right? We're gonna call it Earth 2.0. That's the new reality for us. That's heaven now, right? You got streets of gold, you got mansions, right? Because I think about the mansions he talks about, right?
Yeah.
And the streets of gold. I don't know what it's going to look like. I don't know what this new thing could look like, but if I gauge it in reality of, So let's say the Christians go there. We all go there. There is a unified understanding of what's happening. Right? For the people who do not have that relationship right now on Earth, how could they go to this new place and not recreate what we've done here? I hope that made sense.
Like, in the sense of, if they experience it, how would they not choose to do that?
Like, the issue we have socially and sin, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you don't acknowledge God is who he is and Jesus is who he is and accept him and make that relationship for yourself, and you just deny that, and then you end up going to this new planet.
Oh, yeah.
What's to stop you from continuing?
Well, exactly. You essentially just recreate Earth.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right? Which made my theory even more real because I was like, dang, this makes sense. I'm making sense right now. Right?
True.
So I was like, okay, so it makes sense. Like, they couldn't come. That's why they can't come, because it wouldn't work.
Mm-hmm.
Right? The people who have that relationship understand what is happening, understand what's going on, understand what we're going to.
Yeah.
Right? If you don't know what you're going to, you don't know how to be.
Well, yeah, there's a unified understanding of what is happened, what needs to be done, and what will be.
Right? So that's my theory. I don't know if it's a conspiracy. But it was
not
like
a conspiracy, more of just it's a theory.
It was my theory in my head about space. Because a lot of I look at space and I'm like, okay, they say there's millions of galaxies, but that don't make sense to me. Why would there be millions of galaxies and no aliens?
That's the thing. To be honest, I want to know, but I also don't know if I can truly comprehend space.
And that's why I don't think about it deeply.
Yeah.
That's why all these thoughts are like I know like it sounds like I'm crazy, but like I don't really think about them. I don't think about them that deep because it doesn't make sense to me.
Well, yeah, absolutely. It's just space is one of the things that I've always been so fascinated by, in the sense that, again, we've experienced, like, do you think past the planets, I guess, us as humans have discovered, you think there's more?
They say there is.
That's what I mean. But do you think God created more?
I don't know.
Right?
Like, I don't know.
That's why
I don't know.
Space to me is one of the biggest conspiracy theories.
Right?
It's just, I think it's so known yet so unknown at the same time.
Right?
It's crazy. Like, do you think there is a multiverse? Like, do you think that there are alternate realities?
I don't know, bro. But see, and here's the thing. Some of these thoughts make me feel like God is almost like sadistic. You know what I mean? Like,
well,
like why? Like what's the purpose of all this? You know?
Well, absolutely. If it turned out to not be true, I think at least, again, I'm not even saying this for our faith, but for other people's faith of what they believe. It would be shook to the core if any of these things were actually true.
Just in general, everything would be shook up.
Yeah.
Everything would be mash. But I don't know, bro. I don't know. Dude. Like, do I believe that there's space? I'm going to say yeah.
Yeah, of course. I believe there's space.
Do I believe that we've gone to space?
Oh.
I don't.
You don't think so?
I don't know if I fully can wholeheartedly be like, yes, completely without a doubt.
I believe without a shadow of a doubt we've been to space. To the extent of where we've been to space.
What makes you believe that? Other than what you're being told?
There's proof. Like, what are you talking about?
What's the proof?
Like so you're telling me like the full live feeds of people shooting giant rockets up into space. Like Jeff Bezos did a full trip in space already. William Shatner, who played Captain Kirk from Star Trek, went up to space.
So they say. Proof. So they say, though.
All right.
I'm just saying. We live in the. I get it. We live in the world of. You can alter stuff. Yeah.
Dude, if it turned out that just even getting a rocket up and out of orbit was fake, like that would blow the world's minds. That would not, like, it's over. Like, if we're that far advanced and we just don't know it yet, we sound crazy. We sound crazy.
That's what the point of the episode is for, fam. It's okay. I don't know, bro. I don't know. I really don't know.
Yeah.
Do you believe we've been on the moon?
That one I don't know about.
Why not?
Because, well,
why can you believe one and not the other?
Because, again, I think the moon is way further outside of our actual known places that we've actually visited. And especially the other thing, based on the timeline as well, that like, I don't know.
See, that doesn't make sense. Tough. Like the consistency of what you believe and what you don't doesn't make sense to me.
What do you mean? The moon is farther than where the outside of Earth's atmosphere. What are you talking about?
But there's video of them on the moon.
Yes, I'm not.
You're saying there's been live feeds and you've seen video of stuff. Well, there's video of them on the moon. Why don't you believe that one and you believe the other one?
Because I think based on the time period it happened, I can question that one. And I think I wouldn't sound as crazy in comparison to you seeing Jeff Bezos, who is on our planet, still alive, who went up in a rocket and came back. That is way.
But like, where did he go?
He just went outside of Earth and
How
he came back.
How do you know this?
I saw it. What are you talking about?
You saw him in space.
I'll pull up the damn video and I'll send it to you.
Oh my
gosh.
Eliott, you saw him in space.
Okay,
explain to me in your most personified way what you saw. Because I didn't see the video.
Pull the video.
I didn't see the video. So I can't speak to the video. You just tell me what it was you saw.
So I saw the rocket taking off.
Yes. What did that scene look like?
Huh?
What did that scene look like?
It looked like a giant rocket.
Was it daytime?
Going up into space. It was daytime.
Where was the camera at?
Well, again, you can't follow a rocket, but they had cameras inside the rocket where you can see outside the window. They also have what it looks like inside the actual pod, which I know you can say it could have been done in this studio. I know what you're gonna say. Okay, they done it. They've been into space.
Okay. I'm just saying you didn't see the rocket go into space. That's all I'm saying. Believe it if you want. That's fine.
You know what?
But you did not see it go into space.
Okay, so then do you believe rockets have gone into space with people in them?
I don't know. I don't know, fam.
All right. Well, here's what we're going to do because I completely forgot about this. Last week I said Spotify exclusively, you can set polls up. So we're going to put a poll only exclusively for Spotify. Do you think rockets with people in them have gone to space? That is the question.
I'm just saying, they have anti-gravity chambers on Earth. Right?
Yeah.
So to fabricate being up in space wouldn't be impossible.
Yeah, I'm not saying that it wouldn't be impossible. I'm just saying the moon landing in terms of like believability, you can justify why you wouldn't believe that way more than seeing what's going on today in the 21st century.
I feel like as we get further in technology, the less you can believe stuff.
Interesting.
Because the better we get with making things look fake, is the better we can fake you out.
Again, if it turned out to be fake, like my mind's blown. Like
what if it's a giant conspiracy to like disprove God?
I mean, I think I don't know.
This is the devil's playground, G.
It's true.
You know what he's trying to do?
Trying to get us to believe people have gone to space.
He lies, though.
He lied, though.
Oh, I don't know, man. Guys. I don't know.
Hey, I mean,
I'm not saying I don't fully believe it. I'm just saying I don't 100% believe it.
Well, for another time, I guess we will do more conspiracy theories.
You know what it's like?
Yeah.
If somebody told me today that Eliott was a serial killer and had people up in his basement, I can't 100% say I know it's not true.
Wow.
I don't know,
wow.
Them. I can like 99.9% be like, I don't think he would do that. But if I wasn't there, I can't say he didn't do it. We don't know.
To an extent, I get that logic of thinking, but I'm not a serial killer.
I know. I don't know, but I hope not.
No, you don't say that.
I hope
don't
not.
Say you don't.
I hope not.
I hope not.
When you talk about serial killing, I hope it's just a bowl of Lucky Charms, bro. That's it. Kill that bowl. Go back for more.
That's a bar right there. If you're gonna kill, you're a serial killer. The only thing you're killing is that bowl.
I'm just saying, bro.
Well done. All right. Well, we'll save some more conspiracy theories maybe for another episode. But dang, man, that was a lot.
Ooh, we didn't even get into the Illuminati, bro.
There we go for next time then.
Dang. All right, cool.
Man. All righty. Well, it is time for question of the week. Question of the week.
Oh, I mean, I already asked it, but do you believe aliens exist? And if
again,
and if you do, what do they look like? Or what are they like? Because just because aliens exist doesn't mean they have to look like what Hollywood depicts them as.
Do you think aliens live among us?
And okay, hold on. Because aliens do exist by definition. Do you believe, though, that other worldly beings exist?
Do you think some of them live among us?
Oh, shout out to the game. I don't know, fam. I don't know.
I don't know.
There's a whole reptilian conspiracy.
Oh, yeah. I remember. I've heard of that one.
Man, I've seen some videos where their eyes blink, but like this way and not like this.
Yeah, they say, Mark Zuckerberg's a lizard or a robot.
Bro.
Something like that from Facebook.
I don't know, guys.
Bro.
I don't know, guys. I'm just trying to.
It's crazy. But
I'm
let us know.
feeding into it right now.
we gotta take tinfoil hat off.
Did you guys hear what Demi Lovato said?
Oh, about aliens. What did she say specifically?
This girl, out of the belly of her soul, declared that we should not call extraterrestrial beings aliens anymore because
it's a derogatory
term to them.
Oh my God.
Do you know what the definition of an alien is? I'm an alien to your house, Eliott. Alien just means you are not from where you are. That's it. Google it.
Alien definition: belonging of a foreign country or nation. A foreigner, especially one who is not naturalized citizen of the country where they are living. Example: Mexicans who hop over the border are aliens.
They're aliens.
Yes. Yes.
This girl said we need to stop calling extraterrestrial beings aliens because it's derogatory.
I quote, "I think that the world is becoming a more open place. Slowly but surely, I think we are making progress and we're slowly getting there. But, any progress is progress."
Is she okay? Is she right, bro? I don't understand. That don't even make sense. Who told you to say that? Someone take her phone.
She says, "I really think that if there was anything out there that would want us to do that, it would have happened by now. But I think that we have to stop calling them aliens because aliens is a derogatory term for anything. That is why I like to call them ETs." So so she's basing this based off how it's referred to as like the term is for immigrants. And that's why she says it's a derogatory term. But she's not talking about it like that. I know she ain't.
Oh. Pray for Demi.
She's just her life.
Yo, man.
Holy, bro.
Somebody
But anyways,
help
guys.
This girl, yo.
Honestly, but
I saw that. I actually got upset. I was like, yo, this is actually vexing. Like, why are you saying this right now? This is not even for jokes. Like, what are you doing? Don't make the Toronto mans in me come out. Like, are you dumb? Is she dumb?
Is she dumb?
She a fool? She a idiot, Eliott? Continue.
Can't do that as I'm trying to wrap up. Oh,
yo, man, she pissed me off.
Oh my goodness.
Make my grandma come out of me, G.
Oh my goodness. Anyways, guys, if you let us know if you think aliens exist. I mean,
and
we'll
by
have
aliens we
that
mean ETs because
yeah,
we're not
because
like
that's
Mexicans
apparently
do
derogatory.
exist.
Yes, my people exist.
Yes, they do.
Latinos exist. Okay. Anyways, if you have any comments, topics, other things you want us to talk about, you can DM us at Conflict and Interest on our Instagram page, Conflict and Interest. As well, you can email us at conflictandinterest@gmail.com. Guys, follow on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, as well. Leave a written rating on Apple Podcasts. It really does help boosting promotion and advertising for the show. As well, we are on YouTube. Full visuals, everything you'll see. And especially, I feel like for this episode, you're going to want to see our faces for
I had a lot of faces, especially during that Demi segment. Yo.
Yeah, you want to hear the Toronto Mans with the expressions? You gotta watch it on our YouTube. You gotta watch that on our YouTube channel. So you guys follow that. All the links are in the description as well. We're on TikTok. We got our videos, our clips up in there, but we're gonna try to do some fun stuff on there too. Some wacky, dumb stuff. But yeah, also we'll have that the poll for Spotify exclusively. Do you think rockets going up have people in them and they're in space? Do you think? That's the question.
Yo, I'm gonna be outnumbered, bro. I just know it.
Hey, at least this is not a punishment challenge where you would definitely
I just
lose.
need one person to believe me or
We'll
be on
find
my
out.
side. Please, just one person. Anybody out there, if you're listening to this,
The extraterrestrials
Join me.
are listening.
I'll start calling out people I know watch this.
Joel.
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 No, Joel's not gonna believe me though.
Joel's not gonna believe you.
No.
Heck no.
No, he won't.
Absolutely not. Anyways, guys, thank you for listening. EJ, where can they find you at, man?
In my
For
own,
the conspiracy.
in my own world, I guess.
Yeah. With the Loch Ness Monster.
Bam, and the dinosaurs.
For real.
And
Oh my goodness.
Anyways, you can find me on Instagram. This is Juan96. That's all.
There you go. Fantastic, man. Anyways, guys, enjoy your Halloween. Don't
Be
get
careful.
followed by
Be
duppies. Yeah,
careful.
be careful. Yeah.
Listen.
No razor blades,
listen.
no duppies.
Spoiler alert, but if anybody says they can pay off your debt this Halloween and invite you into their van, don't get in. Okay? And if they're wearing a mask with a PlayStation button on it, don't get in. Okay?
If you see a person that looked like me last week with the stash, walk away. Walk away. Do not go near them. Okay?
Especially if they're wearing a Batman costume.
It's just Pedro. It's not Batman anymore.
My name is Jeff.
My name's Jeff. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for listening, and we will catch you guys next week.
Bruh. Yo. She's stupid. She's dumb.